Hey you guys. I kind of wanted to talk about something that I've been seeing a lot of people post about in different places, and it's just become a topic in our community, and it's kind of a vague topic. It's kind of how games handle having various cultures and races, but whether they're fictional or real life, um, from history, and how do you handle just even having them exist, or how do you handle players playing them if it clashed with their real life culture or race. And I wanted to talk about how we handle that at Avegost too. Um, my personal thoughts on this is you definitely should never do anything that could be seen as offensive, such as um, having cultures or races that are a parody of a real life culture, things like that. You should definitely have people's feelings in mind and be sensitive when you are trying to create a character if you're using real life inspiration from other cultures. Just like you would with anything else. Just use your common sense sensibility and don't be offensive, however that works for you. Um, At Avegost, we have a lot of cultures inspired by real life cultures. Um, but for us, that doesn't necessarily mean anything as far as what the player looks like physically other than their clothing. I feel like you shouldn't have to change your appearance to fit into what this culture or race looks like unless it's something that's fantasy, like if you need to be an elf, then you should have pointy ears. Or if it's a if it's a kind of elf that has a certain skin color, like if you were blue or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you should have to be tan, or you should have to be dark skinned, or you should have to be white. I feel like if the lore is written well, it will be very well understood what you're playing based on your actions, how you speak, how you dress, the weapons and armor you use. All of these things are ways to channel um, this real life or fictional culture that you're trying to portray. Um, for example, we have a lot of cultures at Avegost inspired heavily by um, Nordic cultures, but that doesn't mean at all that you have to uh, look that way to play them. Uh, I just that's kind of all I could come up with on that subject. Uh, look that way to play them. Uh, I just at Avegost we have people from all different kinds of backgrounds playing whatever. As long as you portray that culture, you don't have to physically look like it. For Avegost, the cultures, I don't feel like the cultures have a defined skin tone for that type of human. You know what I mean? For all these fantasy races that Avegost has, because none of it has real life names, but they are all very heavily inspired. Um, so my opinion is you shouldn't change your physical looks unless you really want to for a character. And I think that it's okay to ask players to change how they look for a fantasy race. But that's it. I don't think that you should require um, someone to actually be Asian to play, say, an Asian-inspired culture. You should either let everyone play that culture and not change how they look and just channel it through all those other things, or not have that culture for players to play. That's just how I think. Um, how do you go about other cultures, real or fictional? Do you have any cultures in the game that you play that are inspired by real life? Um, what are the similarities and differences between the in-game culture and the real life culture? How do they parallel? Um, just want to know you guys' thoughts on everything that I talked about in this video. I'm sorry that I've been kind of all over the place with my train of thought process here. But that's just what I had on the subject. I hope you guys enjoy, have a great day, and I look forward to hearing about your answers.